Oh, I think Montreal's going to come back big time and kick Las Vegas big time and, come back home even. Looking forward to it.
I'm hoping the Canadiens going to win. I think they can.
Montreal's, they beat Toronto, they beat Winnipeg, that which nobody expected. So let's just pray for tonight. Tonight's a big, big game.
I'm Brittany Henriques, live at the Cage at the Bell Center, where Habs fans should be gathering here for the Habs game against the Vegas Golden Knights at 9 p.m. tonight. The Vegas Golden Knights actually won last game, so we'll see if they'll be able to win this game. I'm joined by Kelsey Patterson, our digital producer here at City News, and also Canadian Press sports reporter. So, what do you think the Habs need to win this game today?
Look, I think it's going to come down to a couple things. Obviously, they need a good start, which they did in Game 1. They had an amazing start. They I don't want to say controlled the play because there was a lot of back and forth, but they did what they needed to do in the first, let's say, 10 minutes of that game. So I do think they need to start this game with the same kind of intensity, the same kind of focus, the same kind of energy. What let them down in that first game is consistency. After that 10-minute mark, after they let in a goal, they just fell flat. So I think that if they can keep that energy up, keep exactly what they were doing, getting traffic in front of the net, getting good shots on goal, scrambles in front. As long as they can keep that up, I think they're in a good position tonight.
And obviously, Carey Price has been incredible. These series, he's saved so many of these shots. Now, obviously, last game it didn't go his way. Fleury is also a very incredible goalie. What do you think it's going to take? Do you think he's going to need to kind of step up his game, or is it the defense that kind of needs to, step it up more?
Yeah, I think it's more his teammates. Like, okay, obviously he gave up 4 goals, which never looks good on a stat line, but I thought he played really, really well. I thought he made a few, or I should say even several key saves, things that also in Carey Price fashion he made look really, really easy. So I think that the issue was there's traffic in front that's not getting cleared out by the defense. There were a couple of face-offs that they lost, and the team was just maybe scrambling in front of him and couldn't get set on a power play where same thing, they just couldn't reset. So I think as long as the guys in front of him can do their job, even if he lets in 1 or 2, I think they're in business, but that's it. He was just let out to dry a little bit too much in that Game 1.
And what do we think about Jeff Petrie? Any sort of injury update? Do we think he's going to be coming back?
Right. Well, we got an update, if you can call it that. We found out that he's a game-time decision. We kind of knew that already. He practiced today with the team. He looked really, really good in practice. He took shots. Obviously, he injured his hand against the Winnipeg Jets. Kind of a fluke injury where he ran into the photographer's hole in the corner along the board. So an unfortunate injury, but they do need him back. So game time decision, that means we'll only find out obviously in a couple of hours if he is playing. But he is such a key part of this team. I think you did see that in Game 1. The minutes that he plays that weren't there, the things that he does to clear out that that net front presence in front of Carey Price wasn't there. The power play presence, even just his leadership on and off the ice. So I think having him back is more than just having one player back. It's having a leader. It's having essentially your most consistent defenseman all year back on the team.
And obviously, right now in Vegas, they have so many fans in the stands. The Bell Center hasn't had as much, but Legault did say that they'll have over 3,500 people in the Bell Center when they come back. Do you think that this is going to change anything for them? Is it going to be, a little bit better, or do you think that, the fact that they had so many fans in Vegas, it might not work in their favor?
Right. Yeah, I don't know that 1,000 extra fans really makes a difference in terms of the fan noise. Like, obviously, yes, in theory they'll be a little louder. I don't know that changes that much come Friday. I think it's just nice to have more fans in the stands. But the 18,000 or 17,000 plus, whatever it is in Vegas, it's a daunting task. I mean, especially when you've been playing in empty buildings for the entire season and for most of the playoffs, to come into an arena that's packed like that, people cheering the other team and booing you, it's daunting. But at the same time, I think these guys have not played in front of people, and I think just that energy of people in the building and the pregame warm-up and the anthems and everything that Vegas does to make a game exciting, I think the Canadians, even though they're Vegas fans, I think the Canadians can kind of draw energy into that. And maybe it goes back to what we were saying, use that energy to start strong, but then keep that and be consistent throughout the game.
For sure, and we'll see how things are going to roll out tonight. We'll have more for you at 11, and also right outside the Bell Center, there's also a vaccination clinic that opened up, trying to encourage younger people to get vaccinated. We'll have more for you at 11. I'm Brittany Henriques, City News, Montreal.